Hey y'all, I made it back safe to my place of living out of my car. I made it safe. Like I said, even though these these FBI agents are following me around, doing what they do, it's crazy. I have to be very careful out here because they on the clock to kill. They've been on the clock to kill, to do all this harm to me for the past 2 years. They have watched it. They have created. They have been a part of everything that I have been going through because they have put me through it. They are the ones that's put me through this. So they've been a part of everything while they want to keep me in this spot so they can continue to get their paycheck. This is what this is all about. They keeping me in this spot in the car, so that they can follow me around. Just like yesterday, I was telling you guys, I left my phone in CVS. I went back to get it. And as I walk out, I'm looking to my left and I see the car. I'm finna cross the street. So I was walking slow to see I was looking to see if she was finna slow down. So she started to slow down. And then I started to proceed. But then when I looked to my right, this car just flying, turning the corner, trying to hit me. You don't know if both of them was in cahoots. The lady want me to stop and slow down. I mean, she's slowing down to try to make me walk because she know that this other person is going to come around the corner extremely fast to hit me. I mean, you got to understand because they all be in cahoots with each other. So you don't know. You can't tell the good from the bad because 90% of them are bad. So it's very hard to pick them out. The other 10% are very fearful. It's like I'm the boogeyman. You better not say nothing to her. She the boogeyman. Or the boogeyman is after her. Don't look at her. Don't say nothing to her. The boogeyman want her. So it's either that or that. And the same with, like I say, these FBI agents, none of them good because they watching all this and have been watching all this stuff occur and knew that the government is going around poisoning people food, doing wicked things to people food. The government is going around violating people human rights. They're not standing up. They not saying nothing like, oh, I know the government is going around switching people medications. They're not saying nothing. Even if they're not doing it, but they're watching it, they are just as wicked as those people who are doing it. Because nowhere in the world I'm going to let somebody walk out of a pharmacy and I know that they have switched their medication. Ain't nowhere in the world. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to let a little kid walk in that building when I know if that kid walk in that building, they finna get molested because the molesters are in there and the shop is set up for that. But nah, these FBI agents is not caring. They got their cell phones out. They recording all this evil shit that takes place so that they can put it on their channel to get views. Isn't that so sickening? And ain't nobody saying nothing about nothing. I have spoken out about things that they have known for decades. They have known since they've been in their position, and no one have never said nothing. This is why they all need to be without a job, without no income, no unemployment or nothing, because they didn't do the job that they were supposed to do. So therefore, fuck that. Shut down the government. Too many people have lost their lives, and too many FBI agents know this and never said nothing. Like I said, they know that they have been switching our medication and killing people. They know this. They know who's raping the kids. Just like that girl, I think her name was Amanda, that man who had kidnapped them girls and had them in his house, his daughter's friends all in his house and things to that effect. I forgot what it was. And then some good Samaritan, it was a dopehead guy. He had walked past the house and he heard her hollering, and then he went over there to open the door to let her out. I cannot imagine how many, because I know it was so many, how many FBI agents knew that those girls were in that house that whole time. I think he had them in there for years. One even had a baby by the man. Do you know? It was so many FBI agents who knew this, who saw this man do this, who knew this man's character. They knew that this man had these women in his house, and they let this go on, like I said, forever. Them girls were in there for a long time. And then they send that he looked like he was on drugs or something, or maybe a drunk, because they do have these homeless people helping them with their activities. Oh yes, they do. They have these homeless people wearing earpieces helping them with their activities. Just like when that girl, she was downtown, she was an Olympic, she was in the Olympics, some black girl, and then a homeless person threw a stick and hit her in the eye or something. Do you know that? That was part of the government. I'm telling you, this is what the things that they do to us. But like I said, what other what other FBI agent knew about it? No one's saying nothing. This is what I'm saying. Nobody's saying nothing. They have watched me walk out. How hurtful is that? To have me walk out to trying to take my life. Do you hear me? The government have me walked out of that pharmacy. Even Victorville Kaiser, this West LA Kaiser, Cadillac Kaiser, walk out with bad medication that could have killed me. They had said nothing. These people were doing duplicate checks out of my bank account and transactions and ATMs. These FBI agents have been following me around forever. They knew all this. No one have said anything. Do you hear me? Intercoms and tracking device on my car. No one's saying anything. They watching these evil people, even if you, like I said, if you're not a part of it, but you are an FBI agent and you sitting here watching your fellow worker, your fellow partners, or however you want to say it, doing all this evil, and y'all don't say anything. It's crazy. You know, like I said one time, I'm watching on YouTube, because like I said, YouTube is a playground. All this evil stuff that be on my YouTube that I don't even be looking for. It's just all it is just evil stuff. One time this little boy, it was a celebrity kid, and he's crying, and I can feel kids cry, if it's a scareful cry, if it's a fearful cry, you know, or if it's just a cry because mama, I want some candy. You know, I know the difference. This little boy was crying for his life. He did not want to go in a shoe store. Do you hear me? That he was with his dad and his mom. His dad had already walked in, and his dad was hollering at his mother to make the little boy come in. And he was crying for his life, like, no. Something was going on in that shoe store where that little boy did not want to be a part of. Something happened to that little boy in that shoe store that he did not want to enter in and go through the same thing that he had went through. But he's crying. But keep in mind, these FBI agents are recording this so that they can put it on YouTube so that they can get some views. How sickening is that? Even though they can say, oh, I'm not a part of hurting kids, but you are a part of watching kids get molested. And you supposed to be an FBI agent, and you supposed to be preventing and making sure things like this don't happen. I mean, this don't even make any sense to me. It's just so crazy. Look at this sick person. I'm so tired of his sick ass. And it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. I'm so tired, I'm so tired that these motherfuckers are coming up off of me out here living on the streets suffering. They have been coming up for 3 years off of my struggle that they're putting me in, that they're keeping me in. This don't make no sense. It don't make any sense. It's like so many sick people. I mean, they have these stealing. I mean, they weirdos, they perverts, and then they have them as FBI agents. Does this make any sense? It don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. These people out here doing all this evil to me, knowing that the government been out here trying to kill me. This is why these celebrities and people come up dead, and, nothing happens. It's just like they don't never say anything about these people that's doing all this stuff, that's attacking them, that's harassing them, that's bullying them, that's torturing them. They don't say anything about them. Who's doing all this? These people die, go through the struggle, just like using Nipsey for instance, but it's a lot of other people. I just don't want to say no name, but Nipsey, they knew who was after him. They knew that. Eric Holden even said who was after him. Nipsey dies. Nothing is solved. Nothing is solved. The issue still continues. It's just like, okay, we'll just kill them off and then let the people continue to do what they do.